Mike's Volunteer with Xavier women's head coach Brian Neal and Rich Hoyt. Talk about a good night tonight. You take a victory over the Fort Wayne Mastodons. You moved to 4-1 on the season, 4-0 here in Cintas Center. Got pretty big nights out of your veterans, Anina Ayenin and Jada Bird.
Absolutely, and it was really important because I didn't feel they needed to be point on because we didn't have too many others that were point on tonight. And so luckily they were there. I felt like at times they were guarding multiple people, getting multiple box hounds, just doing it all. And we needed every one of them.
We saw a little bit of the best of Jada Bird's game, really able to run the floor and kind of explode off the lift and really get to the basket.
Well, they were switching a lot. They were switching, and so when they're switching, part of our game plan was to attack. If they got a big on one of our drivers, we should be looking to make a move and get downhill. And she was one of the few players on our roster who recognized that and did a good job with that. And then also did a good job coming out of our press breaks and turning and making plays there, which I thought was a big difference in the game. Is when we built our biggest lead is coming out of the press.
And Nina showed some good versatility as well, some nice plays inside and a couple jumpers on the outside.
I thought that was the most complete game Nina's played in a lot of ways. She did stuff around the basket. She did a couple things up the drive and made a couple shots. So that was really neat to see. And the biggest thing she did, though, is she just guarded down there. And that Williams, number 00, is a tremendous low post player. She's young, but I thought Nina did a good job down there as well.
Coach, you got off to a good start, both the first half and the second half. It seemed like you get a 7-0 run here or there, and then then you give up a couple baskets in a row. You just couldn't sustain much energy from those runs. What do you attribute that to?
Well, a lot of it was, I don't know if it's a lack of concentration, but we certainly weren't doing the things that we'd worked on in our scouting report. And you have to give Fort Wayne a lot of credit, and they punished us when we didn't be in a position we should be in. And they really worked hard. I mean, I thought they out-prepared us. They did a lot of things a lot better than us tonight. But we did not have good position much of the night. I thought we were twisted off the ball, not in stances, and just kind of playing. And just playing isn't good enough. You have to be executing things within your team concept, and that's kind of the way I saw the game.
Were you happy with your shot selection tonight? You were 4 for 18 from behind the three-point arc, and I know you like to give your players the freedom to shoot those shots. You were 22 for 41 from two-point field goals, and I thought especially Jada attacked the basket really well. Were you satisfied with your offense in that regard tonight?
Well, we don't mind shooting the threes, but you should be shooting the threes with certain rhythm on certain passes that you're receiving. The whole plan was to get to move them, get them switching, and then attack the mismatches to get the ball inside. Our timing just wasn't there. Our decision making was there. We were driving into trouble, and then we were making quick passes and quick threes. And if you're going to stand there and bang them, I'm all for that. But I felt like we were just throwing stuff up there too many times. I'm not going to knock the threes. We've made a lot of threes this year. We've been shooting a high percentage. I just don't think we were real locked in a lot of ways. And I think shooting was one of those ways.
You get a little time to get back to work, and then you face a good ACC opponent in Wake Forest coming up here on Monday. What do you know about them so far?
Well, I haven't looked at them. I know we went down there and they gave it to us pretty good last year. So they're going to look the part. They're going to look the Power 5. They're going to have the bodies, their size, the athleticism. We must play better. We must execute and play as a group better. But I think we'll have a good showing.
Musketeers a chance to remain undefeated at home. They face a Wake Forest Demon Deacons here on Monday night at 7 o'clock. See you back at GoXavier.com.